Welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean. This week is episode 98, and I'm joined by my guest, Alden Schaub. Thanks for joining the podcast, man. Excited to have you on.
Yeah, it should be a good time, man.
No doubt. So one of the first things that I want to talk to you about, it says in your bio that you are a fart engineer.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like you to elaborate. I know you brought some examples. I have a lot of questions about this. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's sort of a strange thing. Like, I got asked to do like one of those roast battles.
Yeah.
And so I'd never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd actually never even seen one.
Okay, yeah.
And so they said, well, it's like a little bit of light DJing, and then you got to play these sound effects.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. And they just gave me a bunch of little whistles and bells, and there were some different ones.
Yeah.
But I was like, a fart would be kind of funny. So I put that in there. Well, after the roast battle, I sort of determined it didn't really matter what sound. Mm-hmm. It just had the timing was what's important.
Yeah, like where you drop it in.
Yeah, so like it needs to be quick, and it needs to be so like you got to be like really on the button. Mm-hmm. But as far as what the sound is, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, as long as it's kind of like comical in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So then I got the idea like, what if I just made all fart noises? So then one of the ones I did was just like, so the third roast battle was just farts.
Yeah.
And I think it went even better.
Okay, yeah.
Because they were just quick, punchy, noise,
Yeah, like quick little funny sounding ones.
So I was like, well, this is kind of funny, So
yeah.
I was like, I'll start making a bunch of these noises, So then I started doing them at my trivia shows.
Okay, yeah.
And I figured, the trivia audience is like more intellectual, they claim,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you would think that, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I got a 2-hour block of trivia.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably play like 5. What
Yeah.
I mean? So I found out I could play like 70.
They just love fart jokes. They like knowledge and fart jokes.
Well, it's great. I mean, I just like, I'm up there. I'm a little bit stoic or dry, and so it's almost like I have a sidekick.
Okay, yeah.
Who's like the farts.
Yeah.
And it just like undercuts everything I'm doing with this layer of absurdity.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, I was watching a sketch on Saturday Night Live, and I heard a fart that I had in my own library. I was like, well, okay, everybody's just kind of getting the same ones.
Yeah.
I should kind of branch out into
have your own original farts.
Yeah, I should be making farts.
Yeah.
Well, then I tried to record some like from my ass,
Yeah.
And it didn't really work. It didn't sound right. Like, it didn't sound right, but like it didn't sound good.
Yeah.
So then I was looking at like Foley Art.
Yeah.
So you actually make the noises.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like record your own ones, or like you make them with objects.
Well, that's it. So I got that little thing. I'll show you.
Okay.
So
yeah.
This is one of the things I came up with.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm super excited to see this. Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, if you're not familiar with the Austin comedy scene, Alden has a mic on Wednesdays at the Lucky Duck, and you play fart noises between almost every comic, and it's probably my favorite part. It's the ambiance. It adds to the ambiance of the mic. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's it. I mean, people take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And so it's like everybody. A lot of them are more amateur. I get a lot of first timers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I want people to remember, like, hey, this isn't life or death.
It's about having
here.
fun. Yeah. It's comedy's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to all be terrible.
Yeah. Well, so like I've tried it out at other mics, and sometimes it works and stuff, but like. For whatever reason with the Lucky Duck, it really hits because it's just like people get restless. You'll have a string of a couple of comics that are trying out new stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So you got some soft spots. So it doesn't matter. One thing though, I will not try to disrupt people's sets.
That's good. Yeah, because I had a comic on earlier this morning who's from San Antonio, and I was like kind of explaining him that you play like the fart noise and stuff. He's like, he plays them during people's sets, and I was like, no, that'd be so fucked. That was like in the middle of your punchline, you're just like fart noise, like you can't get a single word out.
No, it's like it would be too disruptive. I found because there's times because I have the little board on my phone. Sometimes when I'm sliding by the noises, I'll accidentally hit one, and I feel so bad because I like totally derail their set.
Yeah, of course, and like we're so like vulnerable and like sensitive up there that if I didn't know you and you played a fart noise, I'd be like, he hates me. He obviously thinks I'm terrible. So like I totally get that.
I had a woman come up to me. It was a friend of Amy Shanker's actually, and I played a fart noise that was like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
But
like
then she's like, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you just like you. That's like a negative sounding fart. You told me my friend's not doing a good job. I'm like, that is not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting a random fart, but she was like, are you trying to take my friend down? And I was like, well, I appreciate you like wanting to support your friend, but like, and also I thought about it more. I was like, I do want the sounds to be neutral in that sense. I'm not trying to make a judgment on the person's material or anything.
Yeah. Also, though, I feel like she's just looking too deep into fart noises. Like, she sounds like a fart conspiracist. Like, it's crazy. Next thing you know, she'll be like, his farts caused 9/11. They can't melt steel beams. Like, the fuck is going on here?
There's a lot more to it than I thought. You know?
Yeah.
As I'm getting deeper and deeper into the field.
You're uncovering the conspiracy that is farts.
Well, like Dean Stanfield, he told me one time, like, hey, you'll never make a joke that's funnier than a fart, you know?
That's so true. Well, that's like the intellectual thing. Like, as smart as those people are, who are probably more intellectual than us, like, a fart transpires across all languages. Like, I just saw Jackass 4, the new one.
Oh, sure.
And there's, like, a hilarious one that, like, has to do with them lighting a fart on fire underwater. And, like, it was so cool. And, like, it's, like, the science of it. Like, the whoa. And I'm like, everyone in the theater thought that was so funny because there's just nothing funnier than a fart. Think about, too, when you're a kid, someone farts in a class, everyone starts laughing right away. Because, dude, farts are funny. They're fucking hilarious.
Oh, no, always. And I think there's something genetic where we'll always find it funny,
Yeah.
you know, whatever it is.
It's like a forbidden noise that you're not really supposed to, like, share and hear. So it's funny when it happens.
Well, and two, so in my journey there to create these farts, I tried different ones that were too gross.
Okay.
So if there's a wet shitting noise, like people, they don't laugh, they get it. So like it triggers their gross response.
You are right. Yeah. No one giggles at a wet fart. Everyone goes, "Ugh, that was wet, dude. Are you okay?" Yeah, that's not, you're right. It's not funny.
They go, "Ugh," you know?
Yeah.
And like I had the one where people were like vomiting. And again, that was too much. People did not laugh. That triggered that gross response. And so like, yeah, you have to be careful. I have some wet ones.
Yeah.
I have a couple queefs in there too. But
I like it.
People laugh at that.
Yeah. No, those are good.
But if they actually hear like a solid hitting the toilet bowl or something, it's like too much. You know?
I feel that though. I think this is funny. You basically, like, the terrible part of being a comedian is in your head believing something's funny and then trying out on stage and hoping other people think it's funny. And you do that with farts. Like, that's awesome that you subject yourself to that with fart noises too. Like, sure. And the thing is like you said, there can be people acting like, whoa, what, fart noises, thrown off by it. Dude, everyone has an opinion though on fart noise. That's why people come up to you and say things. People are annoyed by them. There are certain fart noises that don't bother people, whether they want to act like it or not.
Well, and I'll let you into the science of it a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's this one fart that I did that really kind of opened up the idea of making the farts into jokes.
Okay, yeah.
So like if you just play a fart noise by itself, it sort of functions like an expletive, like if you swear to someone. Okay. So then what a joke is basically is you got your premise and then you got your punch.
Yeah.
So you're doing like kind of a subversion of expectations. It's like a joke structure, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear a rim shot, you're hearing 2 drum beats and a cymbal. Okay?
Yeah.
You're familiar with that noise.
Yeah.
So when you hear the 2 drum beats, your expectation is that you're going to hear that cymbal. Okay, so I replaced the cymbal with a little fart.
Okay, yeah.
So then the noise itself now functions as like a joke.
Ah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's, oh, wow, I never even thought about it. Yeah, because it's the do-do, but instead it's do-do, right. Or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Fart, I can't make a fart noise.
So that actually makes it, you laugh there.
Yeah.
But it's against your will because like you've heard, so all of them are set up like that. So there's a noise in the beginning that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And then instead of it finishing, there's a fart noise there. So your brain has already heard that first part before. And when it doesn't hear the last part, there's that subversion of expectations.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So I'll have like a lightsaber and it goes, and then all of a sudden it cuts into a fart.
Ah, I like that, yeah.
People just can't stop laughing.
No, it makes me want to giggle just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
I like this. I like how deep we're getting into like the science of farts. Well, and like how it, but it's. I'm not even being sarcastic.
No, it's crazy.
It's wild because everything you're saying makes sense. Like you can't be listening to this and being like, this guy sounds insane. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, it follows that structure. It's a setup is the but it's got to be a noise you're familiar with.
Okay.
So it's like I have this sound. There's this commercial where the guy says diabetes.
Yeah.
So like I have this like kind of like long fart. And
Yeah.
then it cuts into him saying diabetes, and people just can't stop laughing. You know?
I like that. Have you done one that came to my mind? Have you done like the Lion King noise with a fart on it, like the ma atabenya ora?
I could easily.
You could do that. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a thought. You to take that, I would love to hear it. I want if you do it, I want it played after my set at Lucky Duck per request.
I think one of the most popular ones is the Michael Jackson fart.
What is that one?
So there's when he does the little hee.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that one.
So I had to find a fart that had 2 beats.
Yeah.
So that you hear, and it sort of sounds a little effeminate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like fart, hee, and like so it actually, if you looked at it visually,
yeah,
they look the same.
The same like wavelengths on the thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
so if you just saw the pictures of the sound, you would think they were the same.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, I was like,
his he is equivalent to this fart, like.
Yeah, because it goes like, ha ha, and then it goes hee, like, and they look. If you graphed it, they're similar looking. Like,
have you ever thought that you're not like, okay, look, you're already on the way there. I'm just helping you get there.
Of course.
Like you have those sound waves. So you like that fart tone represents like he. When are you going to create a fart language where you can take fart sounds that are similar to like English sounding letters and use the English language to create your fart language, and you could then create whole sentences with farts?
That wouldn't be that hard.
No, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You gave me when you were saying the same, like, oh, you just get farts that sound like basically letters, and put them together.
Well, yeah, if you just had a person record, like, let's say you just went through each letter.
Yeah.
You said A, so it would be like A, and then you would find one that would be similar.
Yeah.
So if you said like W, you'd be like W, and then you'd try to like match it.
I don't know how you would write this language. It would be very difficult to write out the sound of farts phonetically. Like, it would look like the most gibberish language around, no matter what you picked.
But if I had a programming background or something, you could easily make it and then like find a sort of a match or make one.
Yeah.
And then key it up to the letters probably.
Yeah.
And then as you typed it, it would. I don't know. I don't think that's impossible.
I like that. I like how serious we're getting about this. Like, each minute we're like, we could do this. Like, delete the whole episode. Keep this to ourselves. We'll debut the language in a few weeks here, right?
Well, I don't own it. I mean, anybody could do fart stuff, but like...
Yeah, but we could be the first fart language, dude. There'd be people who communicate like that.
Well, that's a joke that Mason and I were saying, that the real universal language is farts, you know? So
yeah.
Like, so if people are sending out math and stuff into space, like
yeah.
that's a mistake.
Just shoot out fart noises into alien sculptures and shit. That'd be awesome.
Dude, I think it would work. Dude, let me show you this thing.
Yes, please show me the
This would be
fart.
an example of the Foley artistry. So
yeah, for those who are watching, it's like he has like a cup and then like.
So if you hold that there, this is the cup is made out of silicone.
Okay, yes, we got a silicone. Oh well, I've never felt a silicone cup before.
Yeah, I got it at a beer festival, and I just happen to have it.
Suds and snow.
So what makes it work is the friction, you know.
Yeah, so then he has like, like the old school, like almost like fart putty you could buy that comes in like a tube. It looks like cranberry sauce.
Yeah, it's sort of like Gak or it's just like, this is called Flarp. It's just a brand.
Okay, Flarp, hell yeah.
So I find if you do about half of it, it works pretty good in the cup there, and you could take that.
Oh,
so basically all you got to do is just kind of roll it into a ball.
Okay.
And then push it into the top, and then when you press into it, the air will kind of go past it.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
This looks very inappropriate.
Yeah.
Now.
People
if you're
ask
watching,
me about that.
This looks like a fleshlight.
They're
But,
like, are these sterile? I'm like, kind of.
What a weird, see, hey, here's where I'm going to see, you can't not giggle at that. That's fucking great. I like that at least I was like, it looks like one. I'm proud of myself that I didn't ask if it was sterile. Like some people have. I'm not that far down. I'm like, God damn, I want to fuck this fart putty right now. This is great, dude.
This is like, I find that silicone is actually better than, so like this is a little different friction.
Yeah. Can you make
so,
one in there? I want people to hear. So this is the one in the silicone. Oh wait, I gotta redo the ball.
Pull it out so that it has
okay, you're right.
There's
okay.
a whole thing to it.
This is exciting.
Also, it kind of smells like strawberries.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah, this smells really good. This is fun. I've never done. This is like arts and crafts, like show and tell. You're the first guest to bring. This is awesome. I like this. All right, here's the fart in the silicone cup. Good one.
Classic.
Good
That's
one.
like
Classic.
pulling a lawnmower. There.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I got it.
No, you're
Let's
good.
try
You're
it
good.
right here. Let me get this thing going.
Yeah. We'll do this one coming up.
Oh, it's like kind of a flat one.
Yeah, it's the sound on.
There we go.
Okay, it's not. Yeah. Okay, the second sound is not as like big a drop off as the first sound was between the two, but this one there's like there's good acoustics to this cup. Like
So
not a
strange.
sentence I think I'd ever say.
Oh, there's a good one. Yeah, and so it's just simple. So then I try to like record these, and then, it's super fun to do anyways. But, like,
Sorry. All right.
no, but you see, it's like
Yeah.
So there's actually a real artistry. The Foley artists.
Yeah.
Nowadays you think, okay, we're gonna get all the noises off computers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was watching a video when they were making the noises for the new Mortal Kombat video.
Yeah.
And they're still using the old methods of like
That's so cool.
stabbing fruit.
Yeah, I love like the old Rocky movies. The punches are like slapping a hide or like like they have so many cool ways of making like percussion sounds and shit with that.
Well, he was doing one where the chest cavity was being like ripped open.
Oh yeah.
So he took a bell pepper and just kind of
That's crazy.
like sheared it kind of.
Yeah.
And that's how they're making the noises.
Oh, that is so cool. That's fucking fascinating. Cause yeah, like if you close, like when you said that, I closed my eyes and I picture and like a bell pepper would sound like that same noise. That's so funny. Isn't it so funny that the brutal ass scene is just someone crushing a bell pepper with their hands? Like
Yeah, or they're mashing something, or they're mashing a melon, or they're like, for the stabbing parts, they're like putting it into a melon.
Yeah, the dinosaur noises are alligator noises in Jurassic Park. Like
Yeah, or they'll like make like a squishing with like where they'll just kind of push their fingers into it. Like,
that's fascinating. Because a question I did have, and this could have just been like a part of a joke, is you said that you have looked in fart porn for fart noises
that's
too.
true,
You have done that?
I've got a bunch of them.
Oh my god, what is that process like?
Well, you go on to like porn tube or whatever, and
do you use like a they got like all kinds of compilation videos. Do they have fart porn compilation videos, or do you have to go through individual like videos?
It doesn't seem like, I'm sure there are compilations, but
It just hasn't reached that demographic yet. Yeah.
Well, and part of the problem there is a lot of them have a musical track over it.
Okay.
It's hard to extract.
That would
just
be
the noise.
weird. Yeah, just different songs cutting in between with farts.
Now there is a way to extract it, but it sort of distorts the noises.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to find one where it's just like an amateur.
Yeah.
And they're just making the noises, and so a lot of times, what's really funny is the woman will also be kind of like shit talking the man during that time.
Yeah.
And so like you'll have to like hope that she doesn't talk over her farts,
Yeah.
So you can extract a good one. But
Yeah.
But I got this one that's really good, and she goes like, "Oh, right in your face," and she just like rips one, and it's like, so I just left that one as its own sound.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Wow. That sounds well. One, it immediately makes me think of. There's like that person who's in charge of like YouTube and Facebook where they have to go through like all the fucked up videos and declare if they're okay for the internet.
Sure.
You're almost like, you gotta like, I feel like if you're like, all right, today I gotta go through 8 hours of fart porn, you gotta schedule yourself like sanity breaks and stuff, right? Did your wife have to build like a mesh net under your house so you don't jump out the window while you're watching it?
Well, I was like, my thought, it was sort of a curiosity. I'm like,
Okay, yeah.
Why does this even exist? First of all,
No, I agree. Yeah, that's the first thought you have.
because I was like, you can't smell them through the phone.
Yeah.
So what is the viewer of this getting? I can see why the participants might like it,
Mm-hmm.
but it really is just domination.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
There, another good story about that too is there was a girl who went to my high school, like I went to high school with, and she ended up being like a porn star. And it was like, I remember everyone kind of found out. She graduated like next year, was one grade above us. We all find out, big news. And then like a couple years later, we like were kind of like, yo, remember when she did that? And we like looked up her name, and then she was doing like exclusively fart porn. And then all that kind of just tied back together, because I was like, I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, what is this? Like, this is a for real thing that people watch? Like, that's crazy to me.
Well, they have the South Park episode, So
Yeah.
I assumed it was a joke.
Yeah. It almost doesn't seem. It seems like there's 9 people who are into it, and that could be the max ever. But there's a big community, I guess. So.
But if you're into being dominated, there's a chance you'd be interested in that kind of porn.
Fair enough. Yeah. I guess it's just it's just like like you said. It's like I'm sure there's like people who are like very like bread and butter, like basic sex, and would see like even something as like choking a girl is like, whoa, so taboo. So it's like you said, like, but if you're not if you're into domination, that's not that far of a leap away. But as someone who's not, you're like, whoa, what? Like, that's crazy. So
Oh, definitely.
that's crazy. Just how many hours have you ever watched fart porn in a row, like going through it?
Oh, I don't know. I probably watched about 10 hours of it to get these different noises,
Wow.
And then you got to cut them out, and then there's some processing time.
Yeah. Is there like, do you ever have to like kind of block it out and just listen audio wise, or do you got to really focus visually too to get it?
No, you can just hear it in the background. And
Okay,
just
fair
kind of
enough.
pause it and cut that part out.
All right, yeah.
So of all that time, I only got like 4 noises out of it that are like functional.
Wow, yeah. Damn, only 4 out of that. Damn, that's crazy.
Well, and again, I don't play them all the time because people can tell that it's like pornographic. So like,
Yeah.
even at the Lucky Duck, I'll maybe save those till after midnight or something.
Yeah, the after dark porn fart noises. I like it.
Well, it's funny what people know about porn. So like, I had made one of my original Connect 4 posters,
Yeah.
and I have my face on one side, and then I have in the original there's 2 kids playing.
Yeah.
There's a guy and a girl. So I covered one kid's face with my face, and then I covered the other face with a famous porn star who was like getting nailed in the ass.
Yeah.
Because I wanted a surprise face,
Yeah.
Well, anyways, a bunch of people walked up to me and were like, I recognize that woman. I was like, I can't believe that she was that famous. Like,
that's so funny.
I thought it would slide by a bunch of people. So now I kind of got rid of that one. I just put like some other meme faces.
Is it the meme of the oh fuck I'm gonna, like the like oh fuck I'm gonna, and then like people replace it? Is it that one?
No, it's not that. It's like I have to show you.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But basically, the scene is, they're doing anal, and so then I just like clipped her face off of it.
Ah, okay, that's great. I thought maybe because there's like a meme one of Riley Reid, who's a very famous porn star, and like it's just because she's like, it's like her and her face is crazy, and it says oh fuck I'm gonna come, but everyone is like, it just would, like, you can replace oh fuck I'm gonna with like anything. Like you could put it up and be like, oh fuck I'm gonna Southwest by Southwest so hard, and Win Where What Austin could be like Southwest by Southwest coming like this, fucking in March 18th through March 21st. So it's just like a meme,
Right.
A universal weird meme like that.
The one I use is the woman. She's going like this, like, and her friend's like whispering in her ear.
Yeah.
So I took her face, this kind of surprise face, and that's the one I use now.
Okay.
That one's pretty.
That is wild that many people came up to you knowing.
I was like, this will be my little joke. I'll look at it and I'll think it's funny, but nobody will know. They knew immediately. So I was like, all right, I'm attracting the right crowd. Like,
I know, yeah. My kind of people.
But also when I do a private event or something, I can't do that because again, if it came out, like the ones I do for the private event, I use a different face.
Yeah.
A person I'm pretty sure is not a porn star.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want them to come up to me and be like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I totally get you. Yeah.
It's my little joke. They'd be like, "You're fucking fired."
Yeah. They would. I'm sure they wouldn't be happy about that. Dude. Okay. So, you also talked about bringing a drink, right?
I did.
What's it called?
So it's called Jepson's Malört.
Okay, we need shot glasses for it, right?
I've got some little shot glasses.
Oh, you brought some?
Yeah,
hell yeah. Okay.
Let me put this thing back here.
So, yeah, go ahead. So what's funny is you sent me that message last night, and I was like, what did you call it again?
It's called Malört.
Malört? I was like, what is Malört? And so, like, I was like, before I respond, I'm going to Google it.
Sure.
And then, oh, gosh. And what immediately made me start to panic was when I first Googled it, the first website I clicked on, it was like, what is Malört? And then the first thing it says is, many compare it to the taste of licking an ashtray. I was like, what does he having me drink? And I was like, I don't know about that. And I like asked Jordan McDonald and Dale Mendoza if they had it, because they were over and they were like, oh yeah, Alden's giving it to me. And I was like, did he just go around giving these people? They're like, yeah, like, it's your passage into the Austin scene. You need to drink the Malört. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'll tell you the story of how I figured it out. So I was at trivia,
Yeah.
I'd never heard of this. And I'm from Michigan. But this is very popular in Chicago.
Okay, yeah.
And so then a team called themselves the Malört 4.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what that is. And they're like, you don't? Oh, we'll get you a shot right now. And so I took it, and it was not good.
I've had what's Rumplemints is kind of similar, right? Where it's
Rumplemints will be much better than this. Yeah.
Oh man, because Rumplemints I've had on my birthday when I turned 21. My uncle gave me, and I remember being like, "That was pretty fucking terrible." And yesterday they all hyped me up, being like, "Rumplemints is worse than." So that's not good to hear. They were just lying to me.
Well, and I'll tell you too.
Oh man.
So I got myself a bottle. There's only one place in Austin that I'm aware of that you can buy it.
Yeah.
You got to go to the Specs. It's the one behind Kick Butt Coffee.
Okay, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I go up to the manager and I was like, "Hey, where's the Malört?" He took me right to it. He's like, "I sell a lot of this." Okay.
Yeah.
So I took it to an open mic. That was like it was at Ridge's place where he was living.
Okay, yeah.
And so like I put the bottle. They had an open bar. I put the bottle up there, and I was like trying to get people to drink it.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to drink a few shots myself to entice people. But like once we got somebody, they were like, "We got to get this next guy." So we drank the whole bottle in like less than a half hour.
Yeah. Okay. So like, what before we open it and take it and I smell it or anything?
Sure.
What makes it so gross? Is it just the taste of it is really bitter? Like,
well, it's wormwood. It's a wormwood liqueur.
Okay.
So like when you first drink it, it's a little bit sweet on the front, and then the back end is like very lingery. I don't know. It's like hard to describe. Well, and my fascination with it is, why are they making it?
Yeah. Well, because here was my thought too. Is I was like, oh, I get it. It's one of those ones that's got to be like 55% alcohol, and that's why it takes. But I'm looking at this, and that's why it's throwing me off. Is that it's 35% alcohol, only 70 proof. Like,
sure.
There is way stronger alcohol. So yeah, that begs the question: if it tastes terrible, why would people drink it?
I don't know.
Well, you want to try it right now? You ready?
I sure do. That's why I brought it.
I'm very, very excited to this. Please. I am gonna chase it at some point. I'll let the taste set in.
Oh, please.
But I would like to not throw up on my own podcast.
No, you'll be fine. It's not like actually like drinking vomit or something.
No. I know.
No, but
I'm excited.
I will say though, the tagline for this, people have made their own like. Tag. One is, if you want to unfriend someone in person, so give them a Malört, okay? And they'll also say, if you want to kick your mouth in the balls.
Kick your mouth in the ball. Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, here, take a smell there. See what you think.
Okay, yeah. Here, ready, guys? Here, I'm going to take it. All right. Okay. I mean, I made that noise because I just sniffed alcohol. I'd do that with whiskey, too. But I'm going to be honest. Okay. Wow. It smells like... I know a lot of alcohol smells like hand sanitizer, but this smells... like hand sanitizer, like sure. 100%.
What's great about it is too, it was actually produced during Prohibition. They were able to call it a medicine.
Oh, really?
And nobody doubted it again because I think of this the taste.
Yeah,
I'll take one there.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to, if you don't mind, I'm gonna make my girlfriend take one of these after the episode too, because I want to be able to complain to someone about, and I want her to feel my pain. All right. Where do you have the cap?
Oh yeah.
Before we spill it, we should. I'll be an adult.
You don't want to spill that precious liquid.
Oh, it just smells like this forever in the room. Oh man. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm nervous, Alden. I'm not gonna lie.
Fine.
I know, but
all the people who drank it before did live.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Cheers to this. All right. Oh yeah, we gotta hit the table.
Okay.
All right, guys. I'm gonna look directly into the camera so you guys can see my reaction as I take this. Here we go. Oh God. Jesus Christ, Alden. Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah, if you think you're going to get away from it, it'll linger for a while. Yeah. God.
Why do people drink this?
There again, that's what I think. It's like, why?
Because, like, in no means is it... Oh, it feels like I just licked limestone bricks for like 12 hours. Like, it tastes like so bad, like chemical. Like I ate a bag of Lysol somehow. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's like
it's an indescribable flavor.
Yo, like oh, all I want is it to get out of my mouth and it won't leave.
No,
it's so invading.
It's gonna stick.
Oh.
No, and I figure that's so strange because like you wouldn't make it bad on purpose, but it does seem like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Woo. So not like what I expected in terms of it being bad. I expected, hey, that ashtray comparison, that's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, pretty
if I'm being honest, like that is because it's like, okay, I'm going to try and iterate my thoughts as well as I can.
Sure.
When you take it, he's right. The first sip is like a little sweet and it's not bad. It's like any liquor shot you've had. And then it gets more sour and more like metallic and more metally, and it just like, how on the periodic table they have like that list of crazy elements on the bottom? It should be smack dab in the middle of that shit. Like, it like plutonium, kryptonium, and then Malört. It should be on the periodic table. That shit was crazy, dude. I feel like that tasted like I took a shot of like my grandpa's ashes or something is a great way to describe it. Oh, man. Oh,
Dude,
God.
it's so fun, though.
I want to get... Okay, hold up. I'll edit out. I want to get her on right now to take a shot of it. I want to see what she says.
Absolutely. I'll take another one.
Okay, guys. Yeah, do you have the Malört? I'll start.
Oh, it's on your side.
Oh,
Here's
sorry. I'm distraught from it right now.
Dude, I tell you, when I actually took it at trivia, I couldn't talk for a couple minutes.
That's why it took me so long to iterate my thoughts. All right, guys. So, my girlfriend, Erica Klein. Erica, this is Alden.
Never
Alden,
make
this
them
is
take
Erica.
it alone. Oh, you want to do another one.
I'm going to be honest. There's just no way I'm going to do this
I'm
again.
doing homework.
It's
No,
okay.
it's okay.
It's only 35%. It's just terrible tasting. So,
Okay.
guys, she's, she got her hood on. She's a little self-conscious. She didn't get dolled up. But I want them to at least be able to see your reaction. You can talk into my mic.
There's something called a Malört face. So that's the key, I think.
Am I going to sit down or just stand
Oh, you
up?
want to sit?
you can take a spot.
Take
Go
my
ahead.
seat. Take my
Am I
seat.
too
Yeah, yeah.
tall?
Yeah, I'll get out of the way.
All right.
Cheers.
Here we go. Cheers.
I'll put it down. Oh, there we go. So good.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god. It's not bad, and then the aftertaste is horrible.
It gets worse. You can use some of my Coke right there if you want some.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Wow.
Oh.
It's kind of
Oh my
warming.
God.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
What'd you,
Jeez. You want me to rate it?
yeah, well, talking to the mic, dude, this got you so
Oh.
distraught you forgot how to be on a podcast.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
There's something worse? Oh, please.
what-
What's worse? I'll get that.
What's worse?
Yeah, if it's a 2, I'll have to search.
Oh, it does get worse though.
Yeah,
it really gets
it's
worse.
It's the lingering property about it.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
so-
Yeah, because at first I was like, this isn't bad. What's everyone freaking out
No,
about?
it's on the back of the tongue, and then the flavor doesn't go away.
Oh yeah. It's back there. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
I just wanted you to try it.
Wow.
Oh, wow, Alden, this shit is wild.
Well, I think that's really why it sells, because people don't want to do it, and then people like me are like, "Hey, this is really funny."
No, you're right, because it's one of those
Yeah,
things.
put it up
like,
here.
Yeah, I want to.
Let's advertise
Yeah,
for
it
'em.
deserves
They can,
its own little stage here.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Whoa, that shit is crazy. Yeah, because it's like I just like we were saying, I can't understand with it having such little alcohol percentage comparatively to other alcohols why you would choose that. Like you said, it's a gag, but here's the thing, like I want to buy a bottle of this now, so every time like a friend or family member visits, I can make them try this. Like I want my mom to try this. The reaction she would give would be hilarious.
Well, and the two, it's obscure enough where like I was surprised it existed because I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And so now that I know about it, I feel like it's funny to be like, "Hey, dude."
Yeah.
So that's the whole point. But I thought too, like if something was really good, okay. If it was just like some average flavored thing, it would be not fun.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's so bad, it's eliciting that emotional response. That's what we're trying to get as comics. It's like
Yeah, no, yeah. I can't. Yeah, that's wild. Like I like it though. Like I said, dude, you have the lore that like you gotta try this to be a part of like the Austin comedy scene. So I am excited to watch you make more people drink this. You know what I mean?
They do it of their own free will.
Yeah.
Because again, the next time you talk to somebody, like, oh, what's going on with that Malört? You'd be like, oh yeah, man, you gotta
dude,
try
you gotta
it.
try it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him and be like, dude, it's not gonna be great, but you gotta like. And that's the thing is everyone, no one once, not once has anyone, and like I said, I've only known about Malört for like a day and a half.
Sure.
But in that day and a half, no one has been like, hey, it's good. Everyone's been like, it's terrible, yet I still tried it. It's like your friend being like, yo, bro, this smells terrible. You want to smell it? Why would you want to smell something that smells terrible, but you want to be in on what's so terrible? It's like a fart. Same with a fart, dude. Like the fart, someone's like, bro, this fart smells so bad. You don't really want to smell the fart, but you also now kind of wonder, how bad is that fart? Same with the liquor. So, that was really gross. That was fantastic.
Well, hazing gets a bad rap, but then it's like how you build groups, kind of,
No, you build like a little
a group of suffering.
Malört suffering community.
One, too, so you could actually, there's something called Malört face, and you guys both had it.
Yeah.
So you could easily clip that out as its own reel,
Oh, this is definitely, I'm definitely putting something together of us drinking this Malört, because it was, oh God, what it was. I want more people to try this.
Sure.
Like you need to, yeah, dude, you should just start a podcast where you make people drink Malört on it. That would be that's a good idea. You get a Malört sponsorship. That'd
people would catch on too quickly though, maybe,
But that's the thing too though, but you're telling me like the same way that I'm like, I want to know what this is, that there wouldn't be people who are like, Alden, let me do your podcast. I want to get like Malört drunk on there. And you could even make it like short. Like, all right, it's 15 minutes. We're doing 2 drinks of Malört every 7 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, and they got to do one at 14 minutes. They got to do their outro. Like, imagine if you were like, take the shot and plug your dates. And you're like, oh, okay. All right. Check out my podcast. Like, God damn, this is terrible, bro. Like it's not a bad idea.
Well, I just can't believe people make it. Because, let's say I'm drinking a scotch and it's got peat in it.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I can see where someone would like it.
Yeah.
This has no redeemable qualities. Except that it's funny.
I would I wish there was like a Malört subreddit.
Sure.
So I could, I want to just hear from people why they like Malört. And then when I say like, I mean genuinely like. Not like this where it's funny. Like you'll drink it. You're like, dude, you're like Sean Evans. You can eat that hot wing, but you do it more for how they react.
Right.
You're not. I can't imagine you're sitting back on a Saturday night with your lady and you're like, hey, you want to watch a romantic movie and crack open some Malört?
She'd be like, oh boy, I skipped the movie.
Yeah, Malört gets me in the mood to vomit, baby. Yeah, that is crazy. I love this at how terrible it is, because it's I'm just fascinated that this company stays in business strictly based off the fact that their shit sucks.
That's their only product too.
That's the American dream right there, dude. Is you were like, yo, I found the worst way to make something that everyone likes, and we're making a living off it.
But think about it this way, like, okay, I'm gonna compare this to comedy, you got a bell curve of like comics, okay?
Yeah.
And so then, we all fall somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. Then there's people that are out at the tails.
Yeah.
So there's people that are fantastically talented. Then there's people that are so bad it could be fun.
Yeah.
It's like there is something to be said for things that stand out
on either side of that bell curve.
For whatever reason, they are different from. I've been thinking a lot about that lately. Like, I've been making these, the fart noises, the Connect Four tournaments and stuff, like doing trivia. Like, one thing that I heard Jeff Foxworthy say in one of his interviews is like, where are the empty parking spaces,
Yeah.
So, like, if everybody's doing kind of the same thing, it's hard to be. You don't know if you're going to be better or worse than the pack, but if you're just doing what everybody's doing. So, like, this has a place in our society.
Yeah.
Again, because it's fun.
No, of course, exactly. I really enjoyed that. You were just saying you host trivia and Connect Four tournaments, correct? Do you have, which, like, I understand maybe a little more commotion in the trivia world, whereas like Connect Four, it's hard to imagine. Do you have any like crazy stories of like people getting super upset with you at a Connect 4 tournament or anything like that? Can you please share one?
Oh, sure.
Or as many as you would like?
I had one recently. Well, one of the things that happens is, when you have everybody plays for weeks and weeks.
Yeah, real quick. If for some reason you're listening and you don't know what Connect 4 is, go figure that out. But it's basically like there's like 6 by something circles. It's like a board, and you drop colored checkers, and the goal is to get 4 in a row, diagonally, horizontally, or vertically, correct?
Sure.
And it's 4 of the colors, and you can block each other, and that's the game. Google it. Yeah, just make it. There might have been someone who didn't know, but
Oh yeah. Well, it's like I had already been doing trivia, and I've been doing comedy for like maybe a year, let's say.
okay, yeah,
And so then I was starting to host the Lucky Duck, and part of the thing is there's between 6 and 8. There's no show, but I got to sort of be there.
yeah,
I mean, I don't have to, but like I just
Yeah.
find the number draw to be fun,
yeah,
So I was trying to think, okay, what am I going to do during this 2 hours? And it doesn't seem like people want to write jokes. It doesn't seem like they just kind of want to mill around.
yeah,
So I was like, well, let's do something. So I was like, okay, I'll just get like a board game. And I didn't know which one, but I went over to Walmart and I was like, okay, are we going to play Battleship? Are we going to whatever? But then I saw the Connect 4 board and I was like, well, you know what's nice about this? The board stands up.
yeah.
So if I wanted to film it, it stands up. So I could get the player and I could get the board.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. So then I would be like, okay, if you play me and you win, I'll give you can pick your spot or whatever. Nobody wanted to do that. So then I was like, if you play me, I'll film it and put it on Instagram. And people were like, okay, cool.
That's so funny.
So I'd do a thing where it was a 1 or 2 minute video. It's like I would fast forward through the game because nobody wanted to watch that. But the reaction of the person losing was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it's a children's game.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's a it like Connect 4 is like a game you would play in like the American version of Squid Games. Like it's a true like that's what I was like. If you somehow don't know what Connect 4 is, let me explain it. But like it's universal. It's like the Etch-a-Sketch. It's like Clue. It's like Monopoly. Like everyone knows Connect 4.
Yeah, and so I started making these films on Instagram. People were getting a lot of hits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I realized, wow, there's something there. People are having fun. It's like 6 and up is like the age group. So a lot of people had played maybe in middle school or something, and then they are playing again. And the games are relatively quick.
Yeah.
So then I got the idea like, okay, what if I did this as like a tournament and have it be an event? Because I've got like trivia is better Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then comedy seems to be better
On
like
the week.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah. So then I was like, I got to find a thing I could do like on a kind of an oddball time. So then I just started doing those tournaments and like.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I talked to a owner of the Barton Springs Saloon. I said, hey, let's try this out. If you buy the boards, I'll host it. We'll just see if it works.
Yeah.
So now I do it for private events.
Hell yeah.
And so I'll go and I'll say, yeah. So I bought a bunch of boards and I got my regular PA and stuff, and I'll just go and sell that as an event.
That's great. That's really smart. That so you were saying you have some like stories of people getting upset in Connect 4 like at tournaments. You ever had like someone make a scene, I guess, in a sense?
Well, not so much Connect 4. That's nice because it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's not a lot of discrepancies in the rules.
The trivia happens constantly.
Yeah. What's the biggest one probably?
Well, recently I had somebody. So okay, the question is a true or false question. It's whether or not raccoons have thumbs or not. Okay, so that was it. It's true or false.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I got into a debate with a player about whether or not. So we were trying to define what a thumb is.
Yeah.
So what I read is if you look at a raccoon's hand, they have 5 fingers.
Yeah.
But they're all digits.
Yeah.
So we humans have 4 digits and 1 thumb.
Yeah, the thumb is opposable.
Yeah, and so then, but so there are thumbs that are non-opposable, and then there are just thumbs.
Oh, okay.
But they don't even have that. It'd be like if you had your pinky over here.
Okay, yeah.
So we're debating, and then the debate never ends because he's like, "No, they do. I've seen them pick up things. Well, raccoons do pick up things, but they have to use both hands,
Oh yeah. You always see that shit. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was unable to convince this player that I was right. And so, because we kept on debating. So then once we had determined that it wasn't a thumb in function, then the question is the finger on the inside always a thumb based on position?
Yeah.
And by this time, it's been 10 minutes, and I'm like, we need to go on with the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so I opened myself up to a lot of scrutiny there. But then I made a joke about it, and I said, well, we're debating. We had to call a zoologist, and then he sent me a picture of Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm like, well, that's a human, raccoon hybrid. It doesn't exist. And so, like, but that does happen a lot. And so, like, because I write my own questions. And so part of my skill is making it very precise.
Yeah.
And sometimes I make mistakes because I don't anticipate some of the ways people will interpret the questions.
That makes sense. That sounds interesting. I got to come to one. Do you ever do a Star Wars trivia night?
Well, so I don't do theme shows. So I just do, it's just general knowledge.
Oh, just general knowledge. I don't have a lot of that. So maybe.
Well, but you get a team together, 4 people.
Okay,
you can usually, 4 is probably the best number. You can do a little less or a little more.
Yeah.
I don't cap the teams or whatever.
Yeah.
But 4 people can usually get most of it.
That makes sense. Okay. That's really cool. Yeah, I've never been to like a trivia night or anything like that, but I definitely need to come check one out for sure.
Well, and like that's why I host a lot of comedy events because I'm stronger as a host because I've done that longer, and I'm sort of learning the craft of being a comedian.
Yeah.
Because it's like there are some transferable skills, but I never had material before.
Yeah. You're just kind of on the fly out there. That's really cool. It's good practice to just be in front of a mic because even like just talking on this podcast, like this was all I could really do during like the peak of quarantine, especially in California and shit. And like this helped me not forget how to communicate in front of a microphone.
Oh yeah.
And so there's all kinds of aspects like that. You want to move into we're gonna wrap the podcast up here and move into the would you rathers. You ready for a couple of those? All right.
Sure.
So this is the first one. This one is a multiple choice would you rather. So it's would you rather fight, and I'm gonna give you a list of the animals: a polar bear, a black bear, a grizzly bear, a panda, or a red panda. Which one are you gonna fight? I'm not taking the polar bear. I like polar bears are my favorite animal. Those things attack nuclear submarines when they breach the ice. Like they're vicious. They'll eat their kids. There's no chance we're surviving that.
I think the panda probably. I think the red panda is actually bigger than a panda.
Okay, so I like panda then too. Fighting a bear, I don't think we stand a great chance against fighting a bear. Ever since I saw The Revenant, I immediately lost my hope of beating any bear ever in a fight. Okay, so the most...
Well, they say too, you got to identify the type of bear.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I'm going to run. And then they're like, well, if you do that with this bear, you're going to die. And if it's a polar bear, you're just going to die. And it's like, I spent a little time in Alaska, and they're like,
yeah,
try to shoot it in the head, but you got to have the right caliber gun. It's like, uh-oh, I have a whistle. You're going to die.
Yeah,
right?
You're fucked. I'm looking here. So this is a red panda next to a giant panda. So they're not...
Oh, that looks like a raccoon.
Yeah, so these because a lot of this Google things are... Because I put red panda versus panda. So I think the red panda is actually smaller, which would make sense too because the votes on Reddit, a lot of people voted red panda.
I'd still take on the panda guy. I think that panda is sleeping all day.
Yeah, those look more lazy. That thing looks like you would, like the little dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, they look adorable and then they always fuck people up. It's like that. I think it would get you. All right. Which one do you think you could do? This is less, it's a would you rather, but also what do you think you have 1 hour to do both. Would you rather have to eat a watermelon or drink a gallon of milk? And I know for a fact that drinking a gallon of milk in an hour makes you vomit. I've tried to do the challenge and I threw up. But the watermelon, it says you have to eat the skin of the watermelon as well. Which one do you think you could do if you got a gun to your head, you got to complete one?
Gee, I don't know. I know that I've done the milk chug before too, and I didn't make it.
Yeah, it's not physically possible.
If I'm allowed to vomit and keep going, then I guess the milk.
Yeah.
I think the watermelon would be challenging.
The watermelon would be really hard, and it's the skin is the hard part. I think if you sliced me up a watermelon, it's however many slices, I maybe can power through it, but a straight up watermelon with the skins, this is gonna make you sick, I think. Just eating the skins too. I guess, yeah, you're right. It doesn't say you can't throw up, so I'm going to go milk.
Just puke and rally.
Yeah. For real. All right. Let's see. The next one is, all right. Which of these superpowers would you rather have? Super strength, but you can't control it, so you accidentally always crush things. Okay. X-ray vision, but you can't turn it off. You always see through things in skeletons. So like you have X-ray vision, but it's like you look at me and you see it, like you just see it all the time. Mind reading, but you always read the minds of everyone around you, and it bugs you. So there's kind of that like no silence. You can fly, but you can never land.
I feel like the psychic one, because you could just like go to a place where there's no people.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, that was my bad. I moved it forward. Oh, that would have been bad. Okay, you know what?
No, there's a lid on that.
Yeah, but I'm still not going to risk
fluid.
it. Yeah. It's going to burn the skin off my feet if it falls on it. Okay, yeah, because the super strength always crush thing sounds terrible. That sounds like you're going to just turn into Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You're going to pet a girl's hair and snap her neck and you're a murderer. So I'm not doing that one. The X-ray vision would be annoying for you could never enjoy TV again because you'd look and just see through the TV. Mind reading, you're right, you could go never. And then my thought with the can't fly but never land, it doesn't say I can't stop. So couldn't I just float all the time? I get I would be the weird guy floating all the time and it would scare people, but...
What about the X-ray one? Could you close your eyes or do you see through your own eyelids?
It doesn't say that. I have to imagine you can go to sleep. Otherwise, you just become like a psychopath in 48 hours when you can. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That'd be so terrible. You would have to have like your room just... Well, then, because, yeah, if you couldn't turn it off, like, even if you close your eyes, wouldn't you see through your eyes and then through the roof and then just to outside and see? Yeah, that would be terrible. Okay, I would not do X-ray. Okay, yeah, you're right. You either got to be around no one or just float all the time.
Yeah.
Are you really your only options in this situation? Let's see. It's on Reddit. Shout out Johan 2016, 126 votes. 58 said the mind reading and 53 said flying. And then it was 8 and 7 votes for the other two. So clearly we were on the same page as most Redditors here, which makes sense. Okay. Here's another one. Would you rather combat toddlers or horses? And when it says that, it says 25 toddler-sized horses or 1 horse-sized toddler. Horses are kind of scary. I've talked about this before, but if horses were apex predators, like they had sharp teeth and hunted people, they would be terrifying. Like a Clydesdale horse is like 2,000 pounds, buff as shit. Like on its hind legs, it's like 9 feet tall. If it can run like 40 miles per hour. Imagine if those were just like you're at the Lucky Duck and one comes running through and picks up like Casey Rocket and runs off with him. Like that would be so scary if like horses were apex predators. But a horse, the thing about the horse-sized toddler is I feel like toddlers are easy to make cry and give up.
Sure.
You just got to beat the horse-sized toddler up a little. Not a phrase I thought I would ever say. What do you think? What are you thinking here?
I do feel like the toddler, because again, you could trick him pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, and again, it's only 1 versus 25. Like a toddler is like what? We say like 3 feet tall, like, you know, about to our like, you know, waist level height. So like it'd be 25 horses of that, or just
just give them the old peekaboo.
Yeah.
And they have a soft head. I'll just hit them on the top.
Have you been thinking about this a lot, Alden?
I've been on Reddit before.
That was one of the best answers I've ever heard to a question like that. Very logical. Makes sense. Smush his soft spot, distracted with peekaboo. Get in, get out, kill the toddler. All right, fucking SEAL Team Alden
The old
over here.
1-2, that's it.
All right, I respect it. Fuck yeah, okay. All right. That was good. You're right, because I never thought of it like that, but you're 100% right.
Is that like an armored baby or something?
Yeah. He's in a fucking mech suit and shit, like the one from Avatar. That'd be scary now.
Those horses would be scary. They'd all run up on you. I mean, they can kick pretty hard. I mean,
yeah,
a little horse could probably kick.
Yeah, you're right. Like a pony kicking you would not feel good. Again, it's the numbers game. I'd rather fight 1 versus 25 unless it's like 25, you know, wiener dog sized people versus like 1, you know, like, you know, Clifford sized wiener dog. Then I'd be like, okay, that's giant versus small. But when it's really the different, like, dude, if you stack like 10 of those horses on each other, they're way bigger than one of that toddler. or even the mini horses. Like you put them in a trench coat. You know what I mean? Like 6 horses in a trench coat. Make one big horse.
If I was gonna fight the horses, what I would do is I would run because they're smaller, so they'd probably still be pretty fast.
Yeah.
But I think horses have trouble turning around.
Yeah, my goal would be get on their back, rear naked choke, take all those horses out.
I just run out into the street.
Just getting hit by cars. Guys didn't say where I could fight them. We're fighting at a glue factory. Horses are done for. Lead them into the vat. Fucking melt them down.
A big 18-wheeler thinks you ran over some squirrels. That's it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That would be... I still like... Yeah, dude, you're right. Just go for the soft spot in Peekaboo. So fucking precise. I felt like I was, in like the army movies where the chief's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do, and like the officer in there is like, actually, chief, this is what we should do. And now, congrats, you're the chief of the toddler killing squad. So congrats on your promotion.
Give me the old Hungarian necktie or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, you thought about this. That's a move.
That's fucking great. Oh man, dude, this is a good episode. This is a lot of fun. So good laughs. I can't believe how terrible and awful that drink is. Just one of the worst.
I think you probably. It sounds like you want to do another one, but
No, I am okay. Look at me. As much as like part of me wants to do it for the content, I drank the rest of my Coke, so I'm like 1,000% out now.
Well, pro tip: if you're gonna get other people to do it, you generally have to do it with them.
No, I know, and that's the thing. Like, here's the thing: if we do it again, like, there's no joy. Remember, you're the Sean Evans with it. Like the joy is the other people suffering.
Just the suffering.
Sean Evans isn't a nice guy. He does these cool interviews to make you think he's a nice guy. He really just enjoys other people's suffering. Like that is all. That show is him enjoying people suffer.
No, I think actually when you're doing the hot wings, though, it's like you're getting the endorphins from.
You're
the
vulnerable.
Hot, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then you're like, something happens where you're a little bit off your normal.
Yeah, I've heard him say it, and it's true. When you're like, because it's like when something shocks you that bad, and then you're asked a question, you don't have time to be like, I should say this. This is the most clever answer. Like, you just answer that shit as honestly as possible, so it gets great questions out of people. But that, I'm gonna use that to like interrogate and torture someone if I ever have to do that. I'm gonna pour it down their mouth and make them drink only that. That's what we have to drink, and since the water's out here in Austin,
it's always sterile.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, I want to give you a second to like plug any of your upcoming stuff, anything else you want to promote. For your reference, this will be out on the 16th of February. So it's not the episode I did this morning will be out next Wednesday, and then this one will be out Wednesday the 16th. So any dates or anything you have after that, or anything you want to
Oh yeah. Let's see. Should I do it like
any
that?
shows? Yeah, whatever.
Let's see. So for trivia, I got Monday nights at the Barton Springs Saloon at 7. I got the Lucky Duck trivia at 8.
Yep.
Lucky Duck open mic. That's every Wednesday. Sign up at 6. Shows at 8. We'll go till 2.
Yep.
Lots of farts.
No, yeah, lots of farts. Good time, great Mike. Love that one.
And then we got the Indian Roller. That's every Thursday, late night comedy.
Yeah, I think it's actually perfect. The 17th, the day after this airs, if you're listening, Austin, Texas, at 11 at night, Indian Roller. Yep. I'll be there. You'll be there. It'll be a good time. Come on out.
And then the end of the month, I got a clean comedy showcase. That'll be at the Brass Tap.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, and that's let's see, clean comedy, TV clean. We're trying to do like PG-13.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we did it last month. It was pretty good. And
no, that'd be good. You can get good turnout in that room too. Yeah. Good room, good area. The domain's super cool.
Well, my idea was like a lot of comedians are aspiring to be actors, or they want to be on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
And so why not have some clean material?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a lot, but just something. And so then, I want to give people a chance to, okay, now there's a reason to do it.
No, 100%. And like, it's one of those things where like, I'll never be a clean comic, but it's good to have that because there have been like a show or two that like I missed the opportunity to do because I was just like, I don't have 10 minutes of clean material. Like, and I've never like, it's a good place for people to run that, to figure it out. It's not a bad idea because sometimes, the fucking shit and like that can almost be like a little cheat code with jokes. So it's good to just do it like pure and all that.
Well, and my goal is, okay, I'm going to do more private events. So like I have some events at the University of Texas there, and I'm going to be doing that. And then I'm going to do some, like I do events at apartments.
Yeah.
And so for those events, when it's trivia show, I can guarantee it's going to be a certain cleanliness.
Yeah.
Comedy show, I can't.
No.
And so I'm sort of putting together a roster of people who can do it.
Yeah.
So those shows, I just tell people, try to be clean. We'll see if you can do it.
Yeah.
And some can, some can't. And I'm like, whatever. And then I kind of am getting a list together because I'd like to go to the university and say, hey, we'd love to have this comedy show for your students. And I can guarantee it's going to be this level of cleanliness.
That's really good. That's a smart idea. That's a great idea. Hell yeah. Yeah, guys, the link will be in the bio of the episode if you want to find his Instagram, follow it, keep up all to date. For me, like I said, the 17th, I'll be at the Indian Roller. If there's any listeners out there in Kansas, I will be featuring at the Topeka Funny Zone in Kansas on the 10th of March. So come out and see that. And then also the day that this airs, if you're listening the day of on the 16th, I'll be at Rocky's Piano Bar in Round Rock. Other than that, guys, first off, Alden, thank you so much for doing the podcast. Really enjoyed it. This is a fun episode. Hell yeah. For the listeners, if it's your first time or your 98th time listening, I appreciate you. And most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.